Reefers, welcome back to Ash's Reef and to Ash's channel. In this episode, we will go through some of the updates on how the tank has progressed, and I will try and introduce you to some of the cleanup crews as well. Now, before I begin the recording of the future video, I want to show you guys a quick trick on what I come across and maybe try and record it with this thing and see how the difference it makes. Right now what you guys are watching is just my iPhone with the orange filter on it. So here is what I found out, guys. This is a binocular lens that I found from the dollar store here, and this one does the exact same job that you get one of those in the aquarium LFS stores where you want to watch the corals up closely. This has done the exact same job. As you can see in the picture right now is my season greetings Monty, and you can see how close you could see. There is a difference. See how far that is? And there you go. You could even see the red polyps in this. Now imagine I'm actually holding this at least a foot away from the glass, and my camera is another foot away from the binocular, so it's at least 2.5 to 3 feet away, and you could still see it very clearly. So I'm really impressed. What it also comes with is, see in the front those 3 LEDs, so they turn on. Sorry about the glare, but they turn on. Usually you can just use it with the 2 AA batteries. The switch is here to turn on the LEDs, and basically what you do is you turn on the LEDs on the opposite side, and when you are watching it you turn on the LEDs, and then you can see the LEDs, the light goes on to the tank, and you could literally see on the rocks very clearly. You could see the rocks, all the crevices. This will also help you to see any pest or anything on your coral, or just to admire the coral's beauty in the night. If you hold it very close to the glass, you won't be able to see that glare of the LED. Basically just the light on the coral and the coral itself. So it looks amazing with the naked eye, with just the binocular glass and the LED on. So if you guys want to go and find out, just pick one of these in the dollar store and you should be able to record some of the beautiful videos as well. I'm going to try and put this onto my camera lens right now of the iPhone and see if the recording makes any difference. Again, this is just a small trick. So here it is. It's in the normal without the binocular glass right now. So what you guys are looking at right now is the binocular glass is on the camera on my iPhone, and what I'm using to hold the binocular glass onto my onto my tripod are these clamps. These you could find in dollar store as well. I'm using this from the dollar store. These are plastic ones, so it will not damage the lens or the glass of your iPhone. So the cleanup crew that I am using in this tank is pretty basic. There are 2 starfishes. You could see on the right hand side one of the spidery legs kind of looking, I forgot the exact name. It's a starfish. It was bought to be used as a cleanup crew into my 150 gallons, so he came from there. His legs, as you can see, the body is actually on the disc is right inside that cave, but his legs are all over that cave, so you could imagine how big the legs are, and it can cover that whole corner of the tank. So amazing cleanup crew member. There is another starfish as well, which is the banded starfish. He has not come out. He's probably hiding inside into the left cave. shows up occasionally when I feed the tank. He will be all over. um, and Let me try and feed the tank so maybe he could pop out for you guys. This is the best thing for any reefer. Oh, there you go, on the right hand side of the cave is popping out, right on the sand bed. There you go, right under the leather. So that's the second starfish, which is also part of my cleanup crew. And he's very active. As soon as I feed the tank, he will be all over the tank, all over the glass, all over the cave, move everywhere. Let me try and take the camera close to it. There you go. You could imagine how big this guy is. So he comes out, does his job, and he goes back in his cave. So that's another member of my cleanup crew. And then what I also have right here is a fighting conch. Constantly keeps cleaning my sand bed. I really love this. If you guys haven't got a conch yet, I do advise to go ahead and pick one. The one I have is a fighting conch. You can also buy a strawberry conch, doesn't matter, they do the same job. And you can see the track on the sand bed, so they constantly clean your sand bed. So that's another member of my cleanup crew. Then I also got some Nazarius snails in here as well that do the job for my tank as well. I'm trying to find a Nazarius snail which is pretty big in size, close to 2 to 3 inches. Actually right here, he's right above my frag rack right there. This guy came from my 150 as well. And it's funny, every morning when I walk in, I see his foot markings on my glass. So he's constantly working on cleaning the tank. So there's one right there. There's another one right there. That's the member of my cleanup crew as well, the Nazarius snail. Along with that, there are also snails that usually burrows in the sand bed, and they come out in the night time. I do not remember the name, but they constantly disturb the sand bed and oxygenate the sand bed as well. Then I have a couple of bumblebee snails which are usually always in the rocks. No crabs yet. I was thinking about buying a couple of hermits, but I think I'm okay. Do not want to overpopulate. I guess whatever food is remaining, my 2 starfishes are really more than enough to take care of any food that decays. In terms of coral growth, I have already started seeing encrusting of my corals onto the base, and that tells me that they have started to take off. They have been holding on to the color as well. You could see the base on the pink Cadillac frag, greenish yellow, and that's a sign that the coral is growing. Down on this left hand side, I got some acants, rainbow acants. They look gorgeous in the blue light. Now in terms of maintenance, the maintenance is very simple on this tank. All I do is a 5-gallon water change. I occasionally, every 3 to 4 weeks, change the rob of phos into my 2 little fishes phosphate reactor. Also I have a Tato reactor where I grow Chaeto. The purpose of the Chaeto reactor, here it is. The purpose of this reactor is basically just to grow pods and whatever nutrients the Chaeto growth controls. For my phosphate, I use the phosphate reactor, but nonetheless, this is a great addition to any tank, and I had it installed right from the day one of my cycling, and till now I have not seen any algae bloom on this tank. That tells me that if you guys want to do it, it's a good thing to go ahead and have a Chaeto reactor on your tank installed. I found that it does a better job than the Refugium. Why? Because in the Chaeto reactor, the Chaeto gets light from all corners, all sides of the reactor. That's the LED strip around my reactor, and that's why when I trim my Chaeto, it's nice, thick and healthy. There is no any sorts of nuisance algae into the reactor. For the light, I'm using my 6 bulb ATI T5 along with the 2 Reef bright, one in the front, one in the back for the color pop out. I've always been a fan of LEDs, and I guess ATI T5 with LED is the best combo out there in the market right now. At the back end there, where all the mumble jumble is happening, on the top is the air pump that does the bubble scrubbing in the night. It comes along, and pretty much right underneath is my GFO reactor. What looking at here right now is the small little zoa garden that I am starting to collect. These are various kinds of zoas. The one in the middle, which grew from 1 polyp to almost 6 to 7 polyps now, is the speckled Krakatoa. The color of this coral, this zoa in the blues, are just amazing, and that kind of describes why this is one of the expensive zoa out there in the market. You pay $200 per polyp on that zoa. So for you to appreciate that spend, it has to have a beauty. And when I looked at the color of this under the blue light, it is just mesmerizing. Let me see if I can get you guys a little closer to this. See, all that in the center is a green, purple that you will see in the night time. So here is a small little side view of the tank, a little up close. And again, what you are looking at is the recording with my binocular glass onto my iPhone, and you could see the polyp extension of the corals so clearly up close, and even the skeleton of the coral as well. So this kind of helps in seeing if there is any pest or anything. Let me see if I can turn the lights onto the binocular glass to make a difference. There you go. So in the night time, if you want to see anything, you could see so clearly the coral skeleton, and this will help you catch any pest or anything if you are looking around. So in a nutshell, it's a great purchase on this binocular glass. Just $1 store stuff, $5 at the most that I might have paid for this, and I'm very happy. Well, that's pretty much it, guys. Thank you for hanging around. This was just an update on the tank, as well as giving you an idea on what are some of the cleanup crew of my tank. I will monitor and update you guys as it progresses, and until next video, happy reefing.